Live. Can you hear me? Can anyone hear me? Is the scrolling of the speed trap still working? It says yellow flag, 18 minutes. Do you guys copy what is going on? Hopefully the internet continues on working. I really don't know. Chat is just scrolling along. I think. Oh, yeah. Okay, loads of people are typing yes. So it's. I think it's working. I think we've got footage finally. So maybe you're still able to hear me. Maybe my screen's just glitching out. But we are back momentarily, at least. I'm not really sure what's going on, but everyone that has stuck along and listened, well, waited for me to start streaming, a huge thank you. You guys are the real ones. Sticking through all of these, this just mess essentially of Wi-Fi. I might genuinely have to buy a backup Wi-Fi, like two separate Wi-Fi things from two separate companies, in case this ever happens again, because yeah, it's a little bit ridiculous, really. But it looks to be 30 seconds without any sort of and I'm genuinely gonna have my fingers crossed for the entire duration of this live stream, because yeah, at any moment this could just get this could just destroy itself. So yeah, I really don't know what's happening, but thank you everyone for tuning in. I hope you guys are enjoying. Hope you guys are having a wonderful weekend. And yeah, we are going to be having the Italian Grand Prix qualifying. None of the stuff on the screen is probably going to be working. We may get radio messages coming through a little bit later on, but we are now 5 minutes away from the start of the session. And yeah, 5 minutes. So that's about it, really. I'm not even going to bother to put the timer up on screen, because I know for a fact the time is just going to glitch and lag out. But let's see. Actually, let's have a try. Let's see if this timer works. But the timer really shouldn't affect the Wi-Fi. But at this point, I really don't know what's going on. Looks like the timer is working. Cheaper. Well, unfortunately, the place where I'm living in, at least cheaper. Well, unfortunately, the place where I'm living in, at least the majority of the UK has terrible 4G and 5G coverage. And because I've got terrible 4G and 5G coverage, I can't stream off a mobile hotspot. I did think about that. I did test it out, but no, my hotspot was too slow to stream off. I've done every single thing that I could think of. I reset my router. I changed the password to the Wi-Fi, so literally no one else has access to it apart from my laptop, my second laptop, and my phone. And big shout out to everyone still sticking along. Give me just a couple of seconds here. I'll get some more of this stuff sorted out. I'll get the speed traps lined up properly on the bottom of the screen. All right. And yeah, we'll have the standard qualifying session, Q1 being 18 minutes, Q2 being 15 minutes, and Q3 being 12 minutes, with a random interval of lag every 20 seconds or so. Folks, if you do want to sort of get away from the lag issues, a solution that we have found to work in the past couple of laggy days of streaming, rewind your stream 10 or 15 seconds or so, and in that sort of space, within those 10-15 seconds, everything should resolve itself and everything should work out. I genuinely think if my Wi-Fi doesn't fix itself by tomorrow, I'm just going to go to a friend's house and set up my streaming setup at my friend's house, so I have a good enough connection, because yeah, it's just been really dodgy, and I don't think it's going to get fixed overnight. Anyway, so what are we looking forward to in the Drivers' Championship? So in the Drivers' Championship, is that going to help him out, or is he just going to get a DNF, and is that gap going to get closed up immediately? As you can see, there 309 points to Oscar Piastri's name, 275 for Lando Norris, and 205 for Max Verstappen. So Max Verstappen 70 points back from Norris, nearly 100 points back from Oscar Piastri. So yeah, he is way out of this fight with 9 races left to go of the season. Yeah. Okay. Plan B is a good call for the race. Yeah. Plan B is a good call. Get a Wi-Fi scanner. No, I'm literally directly plugged into my Wi-Fi router. If I'm using Wi-Fi right next to the 8 minutes of lag-free streaming, and then yeah, since then, and for whatever reason, as soon as I went to start the live stream, the internet collapsed. Like, it went through the let's add that to the words of wisdom. Indeed we shall, indeed we shall. All right. Oh, looks like we got drivers making their way to the end of the pit lane. Not good to see. Good to see. Antonelli making his way out. So is Fernando Alonso. We got around 30 seconds to the green light at the end of the pit lane, and yeah, track temperature is up at 45 degrees Celsius. So actually, it's hotter than what I expected it to be, which means that the soft tires are going to get warmer and overheat even quicker than expected. And we'll see how that goes for the drivers that are going to be using, well, for everyone's going to be using the soft tires. So we'll see how the teams adapt to that. Do they change up their warm-up strategy? Do they get of this countdown timer? And Antonelli makes his way out onto the circuit on a set of medium tires, interestingly enough. So it looks like Antonelli's going to be doing 3 runs in Q1 just to sort of get into the rhythm of things, and his first run is going to be on a set of medium tires because he doesn't have enough set of softs. Yeah. Okay, get off Wi-Fi and use Ethernet. I am using Ethernet, folks. I am using Ethernet. I keep saying Wi-Fi because that's just sort of what everyone refers to, but no, I am using Ethernet right into my Wi-Fi router. But, you know, I use Ethernet, I use Wi-Fi, I use broadband or mobile data, all near where I live. So, yeah, that's the big issue. All right. Well, 16 minutes left on the clock. We've had for 2 minutes of Q1, and Antonelli is actually coming out of the final corner here to start his flying lap. Esteban Ocon is leading right off the tail of him. Looks like Ocon's trying to get a toe off Antonelli. Antonelli's doing 2 warm-up laps, actually, on a set of medium tyres. They're not going to warm up in the space of 1 lap, so he is doing 1 double as he heads. I've just got a stat that's just come over my screen. 94% of footage that has been sent over has been laggy footage. Which is it's brilliant, really. It's a testament to my Wi-Fi. So yeah, do apologize. Do really apologize. We'll be back though for the race on Sunday with good internet connection. And, you know, whichever way, you know, if I have to go to a different city to get good internet connection, that is what I will do. But most likely I'll just go. Russell does the same, but Russell comes across the line now, 2nd position for him, and he's on a set of medium tyres, so a little bit more pace left in that Mercedes to extract after they put on a set of softs. Sainz across the line, the smooth operator, in 4th position, and yeah, well, let's see what the Ferraris can do. Here comes Charles Leclerc out of Parabolica. What can he do? It's 1st position by a 10.5. Congratulations, Charles Leclerc. What can Hamilton do? It's 2nd position. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is a Ferrari 1-2. We are back. Where is the meme gone? This is the wrong meme. Let's fast forward. This is the correct one here. Here we go. Ferrari are back. It's a 1-2. I don't know how long that's going to last, but we shall see. Right. Yeah, let's continue on then. So we have got Verstappen starting a flying lap, and then the McLarens also, they've made their way out of the pits, and they're going to be starting their laps as well. I suspect the Mercedes will be coming into the pits very, very soon to do their to put on a set of soft tyres, but Russell and Antonelli on a set of mediums are no slouch either. The timer, it merely just delays the session, and we'll be having more running slightly later on. Also, I'd like to say a big thank you to everyone still watching the channel, even though with all of these I'm going to have to get that done for tomorrow for the start of the race, because there's no other alternative. Got to be streaming, got to be live. All right, Verstappen across the line, 2nd position. Great lap there by Verstappen. We'll see how they fare. 11 minutes left on the clock, though, folks. And, yeah, currently at the top of the times, we've still got Charles Leclerc. Here comes then Lando Norris out of the final corner. It is 1st position over the course of a lap. Okay, folks, once again, I would like to remind you, if it is lagging for you, just go to temporarily fix them, just rewind back 10-20 seconds, and that will get things working as you would expect. Yeah. All right, so we have got 9 minutes and 50 seconds left on the clock, and we've got a McLaren 1-2. McLaren 1-2 with Norris 3/10 off in fact he was 3/10 off his Q3 lap, not Q3 lap, FP3 lap, and he's also 3/10 off last year's pole time. So still some more improvement to go. It will be a little bit trickier with warmer track temperatures. You're much more likely to get overheating, and the drivers have to be much more careful. But yeah, that is the starting a flying lap. Russell is also starting a flying lap, and they're still on mediums, interestingly enough. I'm not sure what they're really doing on medium tyres, but I guess it's working out for them. Gasly is signed until 28. Indeed he is. So we'll see how that works out for Pierre Gasly, and if he can keep the momentum going with Alpine and maybe make some progress up the field. Fernando Alonso, purple in the first sector, 349 kilometers per hour through the speed trap. Bortoleto breaks the speed trap record again, 352 for this weekend. That's the quickest we've seen all weekend long. Actually, no, I think Verstappen did 354 in FP3. He got a mega toe, so Hulkenberg's just broken the first sector time, and he goes quicker than Alonso, the Spaniard driver. Hamilton improves up into 5th. Hulkenberg purple in the first sector. Russell purple in the second sector. Here comes Antonelli out of Parabolica. What can he do? Bortoleto is quickest through the speed traps. Everything is kicking off right now at the end, in the halfway point of qualifying 1. Antonelli improves only 15th position. He's going to need a set of soft tyres to improve, but his teammate is not. Mr. Saturday is in first position on a set of medium tyres. Sensational lap. Bortoleto improves up into 4th position, and here comes Nico Hulkenberg. Hulkenberg in 8th as well. Wow, what a final 2 sectors from George Russell. The smooth operator up into 3rd position. This is mega. Absolute. We'll see what else happens. Oh, I've cut off the 3rd sector times. Oh yeah, let me get that sorted. Yeah, apologies for that. Okay. Let's just calm down for a sec here. 6 minutes left of Q1. Russell currently top of the times. Everyone making their way back into the pits after their first runs. We've seen a couple of drivers just go out, do 1 lap, come back into the pits. We've seen a couple of drivers do 2 laps. Operator improves, is in 3rd position. Yeah, really good job there from Sainz. Okay. Yeah, we have got 4 minutes left now on the clock for Q1, and yeah. All right, everyone's in the pits. Nobody's made their way out onto the circuit just yet. Yeah, we shall see how it goes then for all these other drivers. Ocon across the comes out of the pits first, then it's Behrman, and yeah, with 4 minutes left on the clock, that's nice and early. So this is what we're Ocon not for a toe down the start-finish straight, but maybe through Curva Grande, maybe through the Ascari chicane, or maybe towards the Ascari chicane. So who knows? Oh, it's reconnecting. It's successfully reconnected. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know, Mum. Anyway, we shall with yeah, with all of the drivers now out on the track, apart from George Russell. Russell is still in the pit lane with 2 minutes 15 seconds left. Looks like Russell just said, the good enough lap. I don't need to make it. Don't need to do another lap. So Russell's made it through on a set of medium tyres by the looks of it. Don't need to do another lap. So Russell's made it through on a set of medium tyres by the looks of it. It's unlikely. It's unlikely that we're going to see all of the back. Yeah, no, I really don't know what's going on. Like, I've never had these sort of issues before, and I've been live streaming for what's it been now, like 4 years. We've got a lot of drivers coming through now. Here comes Max Verstappen. Across the line he goes. 2nd position for Max. He's still slower than George Russell's medium lap, so just a really big testament to how good that lap was from George Russell. Antonelli was momentarily purple in the first sector. Hulkenberg takes that away, though. He's not having absolutely any of it. Bortoleto is currently in 7th, so Bortoleto is giving a toe there. You can see Bortoleto just a couple of seconds ahead of Nico Hulkenberg. And now as he heads towards Ascari, Bortoleto is going to drop back, give Nico Hulkenberg a mega slipstream and a DRS as they head towards the Parabolica. And these teammates are working together. Bortoleto's lap was really good in the first run. On the second run now, it's Nico Hulkenberg who gets the tow, and we'll see how it works out for them. We have got Stroll across the line, 17th for him. That's him eliminated. Colapinto, Gasly all eliminated. Hadjar also out. And Liam Lawson dives into the pit lane. Here comes first to 20th of a second. That is extremely close. In fact, in 2024, we actually broke the record for how close the field was. I think the top 6 in 2024 Monza quali was all within a tenth and a half or something, which, if I remember correctly, was actually the record for the closest top 6 that has ever happened in Formula 1 history. So Monza qualies get extremely tight and close. So we'll see what happens this weekend round. Okay, bros, router is struggling. Indeed it is. Indeed it is. I don't know what is going on, but it is just totally cooked. We've also got both Red Bulls in the top 4 that I've just sort of missed, really. But Verstappen with a mega lap, Tsunoda not that far behind him, and a tenth and a half only is the difference. So really, really good from him. Norris, of course, improved up into 3rd place. Piastri never came across the line with an improved lap. So that was, yeah, unfortunate there for Piastri. But give me just 2 secs, folks. Okay. Right. Yeah. That is. Oh, looks like we haven't had any issues for the last 10 seconds. Maybe it'll continue. Maybe it won't. Anyway. Everyone is back into the pits. Q2 will be getting underway very, very shortly. Why is this all straights? And the other thing is, because it's Monza, there isn't all straights. And the other thing is, because it's Monza, there isn't setup variety between teams. You know, some teams will have a qualifying-oriented setup. Some teams will have a race-oriented setup sometimes. But in Monza, it's always just top speed. Top speed is king, and that's all you're going to get in Monza. So all of the setups for the cars are very similar. All of the horsepower figures from all of the cars are very similar. There aren't that many corners to differentiate for the drivers, and all of these sort of factors together combine to result in a very close field. Then, start of Q2 will be delayed apparently. Looks like there's some gravel that's been kicked up onto the circuit. So, start of Q2 is going to be delayed by a couple of minutes. But it is what it is. Why is there a yellow flag? It's probably because of the gravel. That's what it is. So yellow flag at the second chicane and then also into Lesmo 1. So just indicates that there's probably some gravel, which is fantastic. Oh no, it's back. It's back. Hanging on for dear life. Anyway, for you folks that are listening along to the coverage, like a radio broadcast, I'll just quickly run over which drivers have been eliminated. We're so gone. I was sponsored by Ferrari. Oh, yes, actually, this is a pretty. We're so gone. I was sponsored by Ferrari. Oh, yes, actually, this is a pretty good way of actually to describe what's going on with the internet. For about 4 seconds, 5 seconds, it will be back, and then it will just cut out, and then it'll be back, and then it'll cut out. Yeah. Well, we shall continue on, and hopefully everything gets resolved sooner rather than later. Internet in the UK in 2025. Yeah, the UK is a bit cooked, isn't it? The footage to YouTube rather than taking footage from YouTube. So the reverse, essentially, that function is just totally broken. Yeah, I've replaced Ethernet cables, I've switched off routers, changed passwords. Here we go then, folks. The timer is about to start ticking down now for Q2, and we'll be getting underway for some more qualifying. There we go. Science has actually asked, can I go out? But no, he hasn't been told over the radio. He's been told follow the other cars. So Albon is going out. Science going out first, then Albon. And we've got a green light. Pit lane is open. There we go. Fantastic. But Okay, we have got Sainz starting his lap and Albon as well, and both of them slower through the speed traps. You can see they're 341 kilometers per hour for Sainz, 345 for Albon. So even though he is, quite a few seconds back from where Carlos Sainz is, he still gets an extra 4 kilometers per hour boost. Yeah. All right, then we've got Verstappen, Ocon, Bem, and Russell Antonelli all out onto the circuit now. I hope you're going to hit 200k by this weekend. I don't think we're going to hit 200k with this bad of an internet connection, to be honest with you. I'm going to have to improve over on the next lap. Right. Here we go then. Apologies for sort of the distracted and silent commentary here. We got Russell starting a lap. Verstappen's also on a flying lap, and Antonelli is as well. Norris and Piastri are across the line, and he's in first position. Russell comes across the line, second place for him, not too shabby, and then third place for him. He's 2 tenths back from Max Verstappen. Hamilton is a tenth back from Charles Leclerc. More work to be done. More work is required. Bortoletto comes across the line. Third place for Bortoletto. Hulkenberg across the line. 12th place in business. And maybe that'll help the connection. Lando Norris got a lap time deleted for exceeding track limits at turn number 1, but that was under his outlap, so it doesn't really matter. He's in the pit lane regardless because he made a mistake, so had to back out of his lap. We've got a replay here. He was going in towards turn number 1 and locked up over and just cut just cut the number 2 corner, really. Cut the cut the second part of the chicane, sorry. And set a lap time. Pretty odd. Yeah, pretty odd indeed. Alrighty. Yeah, somehow we've still got 8,000 people watching the stream though. So I've got to say a big thank you to you, to the 8,000 of you that are staying loyal to the F1 Gamer channel. It does mean a lot through these tough times with this dodgy internet connection. Yeah. All right, Piastri though, third place for him, and Albon and Sainz again. They are sort of on the off cycle here, where when everyone else is in the pits, they're out on the circuit. So Albon and Sainz have got a clean track to themselves, slightly better track conditions than right at the start of the session, but of course no tow. Okay. You know what? Let's see if the next time the internet cuts out, I'm going to switch from Ethernet to Wi-Fi, see if that helps. But I mean, theoretically, it should be worse. Oh, folks, the screen has just gone black for a second. Looks like the data's just refreshing here, so we will be back. We will be back. Just hold on. I do apologize for this just huge swathe of technical problems, but hopefully things will get a little bit better in for the race tomorrow. So yeah, just some more technical issues here. We've got Norris and Sainz currently out on the track. Everyone else is currently in the pit lane. We've got a couple of minutes left to go on the Q2 clock. And there we are, right? We are back. 5 minutes left on the clock for Q2. Norris and Sainz are making their way around the circuit. And I've switched over to working for us all, and you can see what's going on. You can see that all of the footage working for us all, and you can see what's going on. You can see that all of the footage, the team radios, is coming over fine. But when I'm down, it's like it's gone again. You know what? Let's just knock this down to a 5-second delay. There we go, folks. That should be as this is the best, at least. All right. Yeah. So here we go then. We have got a lot of drivers are out on fresh tyres now. In fact, the only drivers that aren't out on fresh tyres is Max Verstappen, Carlos Sainz for whatever reason. Sainz is on the cutoff of being eliminated out of Q1 and Q2, and he's out on a used set of tyres. That makes no sense whatsoever. So I guess we shall see. Um, yeah, I guess we shall see what happens. Antonelli also, look at that purple couple of mini sectors there at the start of sector 3, and that's purely because he got a nice little toe off Alex Albon here. Alex Albon giving quite a few drivers a toe as he is on his outlap, and 1 minute left on the clock now. Probably going to follow Alonso out of Parabolica to get a good run. So Behrman improves up into 7th position. Now we've got Antonelli up into 2nd place. Really good lap there from the Italian drivers at his home Grand Prix. Good to see him up at the top. Alonso improves up into 7th. That might not be enough though to make it through into Q3. Here comes Charles Leclerc, currently in 6th position. Green in the middle sector, yellow in the first. Across the line he goes, improves, but only up for the mistake. Norris is underway on his flying lap, and it looks like Piastri is in prime position to give him a tow. So McLaren have timed that one nicely. And Norris now, as he heads towards the second chicane, gets a toe off his teammate and should be looking not too bad. But Behrman then currently at risk of getting eliminated. We've got a couple more drivers on their flying laps. Actually, no one else on flying laps apart from Albon and Norris. Norris timed it right to perfection. Here comes Alex Albon out of the final corner. What's it going to be for the Williams team? 13 and 14th, the weekend that I would have expected Williams to be doing really well at. They get eliminated out of Q2, both of them. And Bortoletto's up there in the line. What is it going to be for Norris? Here he goes, and it is 5th position. Ollie Behrman is eliminated and out of Q2. And our top 10 team on the circuit right now, because Verstappen, that lap from him was astronomically amazing. I don't know how he put very, very unfortunate there for Williams. Yeah, honestly. I would have expected them to get through, maybe Alonso not to get through, but all of the top teams get through this time. Tsunoda doesn't get eliminated, Antonelli doesn't get eliminated, so the top 8 positions are already picked, and then it's just the final 2 of 8th and 9th, or 9th and 10th, sorry. And Bortoletto and Alonso fill those 2 spots. So the fastest 4 teams and then 2 other drivers. This occasion, Bortoletto and Alonso. The expert and then his apprentice, shall we say. And the connection should resolve itself. But yeah. That's all that I can sort of tell you to do, because the connection is being the dodgiest thing. Yeah, let me know. I'm expecting it to be 95%. I'm expecting it to be 95% lag and 5% no lag. Which I'm also pretty much 4 minutes time. Q3 will be on connection or bad internet connection. It's terrible regardless. So, yeah. Yeah, no, we've got 94% of people with watching with lag. So, big shout out to everyone that's still here with all of the issues. Really is appreciated. And Oliver Behrman, actually, top right radio message from Ollie Behrman. Clearly not particularly happy with the fact that he got eliminated there by Land. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. But that's about it, to be honest. I've just run an internet test on my second laptop here. That's on this. Just run an internet test on my second laptop here. That's on the side that's got the chat. And it's genuinely got the speed is 0.00, exactly like it was before. Circuit. They all want a tow, but nobody wants to be giving a tow to another driver. They all want to take and not give, and that's just not how it works in the world of Formula One. Okay. Will tomorrow be one long DRS train? Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a chance that we'll have long DRS trains, but they will get broken up because tomorrow at Monza, what we're probably going to have is a mix of one stops and two stops. It's not going to be just a one stop race for everyone or just a two stop race. So the mix between the one and two stop will really break up that DRS train and make it quite interesting. Downforce and well, we've got a mix of high tyre wear and low tyre wear, so sort of in the middle, and that is why we are going to be getting potentially one stops, potentially two stops. Here we go then. 10 minutes remain on the clock, and we have got yeah, we have got drivers making their way out onto the circuit. So Norris goes out first with Antonelli second, then Piastri. Well, yeah, we're gonna have the some fantastic running taking place. Here we go then. Bro got nerfed by YouTube. Yeah. Okie dokes, folks. Okie dokes. Here we go then. Lando Norris from the front. Purple in the first sector, but of course that is purple in the Q3. Here he is going as close as he can to get a toe from Max. You know, that could compromise him throughout the Lesmos because that's when you need a little bit of downforce to get the car turned through. But he's making that sacrifice. He's getting the toe. Piastri goes quicker than Norris by 0.4 of a second. Huge improvement there from Piastri, and he is what's that? 0.3 of a second clear of last year's pole time. So he's broken the last year's pole record, which is good. Leclerc's up in first position, 0.5 clear. He's ahead of Oscar Piastri. Oh my goodness me. Fernando Alonso's in there in 6th position. And Hamilton also purple in the first sector across the line. It's 3rd position. It's Ferrari on the front row in the form of Charles Leclerc. Hamilton's there in 3rd place. Of course, he's got a 5-place grid penalty, which is not going to be ideal, but we'll see how he manages it. Tsunoda across the line, 7th place for him, just quicker than Alonso. Verstappen now. Wow. Wow. Lag, yeah, unfortunately, folks, it is lagging. Lag, yeah, unfortunately, folks, it is lagging. It is signal for longer than 5 seconds. You know, after 5 seconds, it will for sure jump down to 3 bars, 2 bars, 1 bar's a signal. So that's sort of just describing what the connection. Probably the laggiest thing that some of you guys have watched in. And yeah. Verstappen out of nowhere, really, yeah. A sensational lap from Max. We'll see, can he improve even further? Did he get a toe from Tsunoda? That's the other thing. Tsunoda was out on a used set of tyres, so I don't know if anyone can confirm or, well, yeah, let me know. But did Max have a toe from Tsunoda? I don't know if they were together on the circuit or if they were spread out. But I don't think he did, actually, because it looked, yeah, I think in front of him, the track was reasonably clear. Like, there was someone a couple of seconds up the road, but he was definitely not within slipstream range. Bortoletto was in Verstappen's slipstream range, which definitely helped him out, because Verstappen set a mega lap, and Bortoletto, in that way, gained a lot of lap time. But I think Max was just pure pace there from Max Verstappen. Perfect traction through all of the corners. In fact, I'll take you through an onboard lap of the circuit. In all of these, in all this chaos, I forgot that I actually have an onboard lap of the circuit to show you. So, yeah, the no wheel spin really does help you out. Gives you a very, very nice run in towards Curva Grande, and keeps your tyre temperature low. There's enough traction and your car feels stable enough. Just hold it flat through Ascari because you get enough traction and your car feels stable enough. Just hold it flat through Ascari because you gain loads of lap time, heaps of lap time as you go in towards Parabolica. Yeah, and there you go, just early apex into Parabolica, and the track opens up so you can get onto the power as early as you want. Just don't run wide, otherwise your lap time will be deleted. But that's a lap of Monza, and I've just realised now that the volume for the lap was way too loud. But bottle it and cause a yellow flag. Cause a yellow flag. Here we go then. Very, very nice then. So Sonoda through the first sector is yellow. Leclerc also yellow. Lewis Hamilton, though, is not. It makes an improvement. Actually, no, Hamilton also yellow through the first sector. Nobody's improving. What has happened here? Has the wind changed direction? No, it's only 3.6 kilometers per hour. Not big enough to make a difference. Bortoletto, what a toe that he got down the start finish straight. Alonso sector, he could ruin Ferrari's day. He could ruin Max Verstappen's day. Sonoda up in the across the line, 8th place for him. Leclerc does not improve. 2nd position for Charles Leclerc. Lewis Hamilton, what can he do? Also 4th position. Here comes Oscar Piastri. Purple in the middle sector. 1/10 off the pace. Across the line, it's only 2nd position for Piastri. Lando Norris improves in the 1st, improves in the 2nd, and it's provisional pole for Lando Norris. Here comes Max Verstappen out of the final corner. Green in sector 1, 2, and 3. It's pole position for Max Verstappen, unless George Verstappen is on pole position. What a lap! A 10th clear of Lando Norris, 2/10 clear of Oscar Piastri. Ferrari in 4th position with Charles Leclerc connection. So I'm going to end the stream quite promptly. It's going to take you over to the race stream. Folks, please do hit the like button for a race stream. It will go a long way to helping out the channel, especially with this terrible stream that we've had today. Thank you everyone for tuning in, and I shall see you for the race tomorrow in Monza. Verstappen on pole, Norris in 2nd. Verstappen breaks a lap record that the W11 set and is on pole position. Hamilton's got a 5-place grid penalty because he was speeding under yellow flag conditions at Zandvoort. Yeah. All right, so that's all from me. Cheers, fellas. Bye-bye.